can see a layer of ice just under all of the white snow. Now, we talked to city officials today, and they tell me that in Guilford County, there hasn't been any major accidents, and people are seeming to stay off the roads. That's the same thing here in Old Greensboro Road. We haven't really seen that many cars come in. Now, we came in around 6:30 in the morning, and there were some cars out there, but as of now, we haven't seen that much out here. Now, officials do say to please stay off the roads if you can. Only first responders should be out, and if necessary, other people that, are essential workers, but they are asking for people to stay out so that way first responders and people that are plowing the roads can actually get out there and clear the roads as soon as they can. Now, Greensboro crews are working 24 hours. They have 2 shifts, 12-hour shifts, where they'll be going out, starting with first priority roads and then going into second priority. After that, they will start with residential roads, but as of now, I think right now is the safety of it all. They just want people to stay off those roads. Again, we're looking at a lot of snow out here, a lot of frozen rain, and you can really see that layer of ice there. So please be careful when you are walking out. Right now, if it feels like it's just good to walk on, but you can slip and fall very easily. So please be careful when you're out here. And I'll send it back to Jonathan with the weather.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. As you can see, Futurecast showing us the temperatures and the precipitation. One of the reasons why we're seeing the sleet and snow still falling is our surface high to the northeast is so strong, so cold, that it is allowing for that sleet and even snow to develop at a very low level, a phenomenon that we don't typically see around here. So going throughout the rest of the morning, we'll continue to see the mixed bag of precipitation. Eventually, we will see that transition from snow and sleet to freezing rain, and this is going to last throughout the afternoon. Futurecast trying to paint this as plain rain, but as you can see here, we're still stuck into the 20s. So that is freezing rain, rain that is falling and freezing on contact. And then later this evening, I would say after about 7 to 8 o'clock, we should start to see this winding down. Can't completely rule out some of that mist and drizzle still lingering. So as long as we see that snow and sleet still falling, we have the possibility of up to 2, maybe 4 inches. That might be a little stretch here. Further south, 1 to 2 inches of snow and sleet. And I've kind of lowered the ice accumulations totals, which is good news. And we may even have to lower them more. I think generally a good 1/4 of an inch of ice is more likely than a 1/2 inch of ice, but there may be spotty areas, especially south and east of the triad, where we could get up to that 1/2 inch. The longer we hold on to snow and sleet, the better that we won't see that ice accrual. But once we get above a 1/4 of an inch of ice, that's when we really start to have those power outage issues and trees falling. So this morning between now and about 9 o'clock, we'll see that snow and sleet mixture. And then gradually after 9 to 10 o'clock, we will start to see this changing over to mainly freezing rain. Roads are very dangerous already out there in certain spots. We've got snow and sleet. Sleet is ice, so you're not going to have all that much traction like you would if this were all snow. And again, the temperatures will eventually be warming into the mid 20s by late morning and especially into the afternoon. Here's one thing that I'm concerned about. If we get that freezing rain later on today and we get that ice accrual, notice the winds gusting this evening into the 20s and maybe into the 30s throughout tomorrow morning. That would only add to more of the power outage issue. So let's hope that we continue to see the snow and sleet. So we'll continue to watch that, but very high impacts today. This is going to be an all-day event. We're just getting it undergoing here. And again, we will have some of that snow and sleet and then transitioning to freezing rain. Just when does that happen? The models have not done very good this morning with our current conditions. And that's because of that strong high pressure really wedging down that extremely cold air. And we're going to have days below freezing. So dangerous travel, stay off the roads if you don't have to be outside. Make sure you bundle up. Of course, I know kiddos want to go out sledding, but it is extremely cold. So make sure that you are bundling up in layers. And after the storm, we're going to be down to the single digits come Tuesday morning. So pipe bursting conditions are going to be a possibility. Roads are very slick outside already this morning, and they're going to stay slick throughout the day. And we're going to have some rough travel over the next few days, because once we get that sleet falling that we've got, it's harder to melt sleet than it is snow. So I expect to see sleet, ice-covered roads over the next couple of days. And again, of course, power outages are going to become likely tonight and tomorrow, and then the cold is going to be sticking around for quite some time. So temperatures are going to be hovering into the mid and upper 20s overnight. May reach 32 tomorrow, but briefly. The good news is we'll get a chance to kind of dry things out, but it's going to be very cold heading into next week. Of course, thanks for tuning in for this winter storm update. We'll have another one at the top of the hour. Until then, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jonathan Wendt. Back to programming.